Hello, and thank you for joining me for my presentation today. My name is Ryan Wysocki, and I will be discussing the issues that face my workplace. I work at Pan Pacific Park in the greater Los Angeles area. It is a public park that has a recreation center, a senior center, basketball gyms, baseball diamonds, a swimming pool, picnic areas, outdoor workout facilities, and so much more. The issues that we are trying to fix are the lack of funding that is brought in from the department into our specific park versus all the other parks in the city. Now, it's a very large park and has been around for a very long time. So this is a big issue for us, especially for me as I grew up playing at the park when it used to thrive. Now, we've been open for many years. It's considered a historic site because of its decorated past, which include being an auditorium and a facility for professional sports teams a long time ago. It used to be largely considered as one of the greater parks in the Los Angeles area. It had great facilities, very competitive sports programs, fair prices, and a large variety of programs that were offered, not just sports. Even looking at the park 5 to 7 years ago, you could say that it was thriving and we were competing for all-star championships and so many other things that we are unable to compete for in the current day. Okay, though it's true that our park has gone through very tough times and that we're still fighting through them, a lot of that is due to all the changes that we have had to deal with. We've had a change of director, 4 new coordinators, and 1 retired member who was with us for over 30 years. It's been very difficult to establish a healthy working environment with the constant changes. Also, the phenomenon of travel sports has completely taken us by storm. Travel sports is when a coach takes players together and takes them to different cities, to different tournaments to compete against other players. What they are doing, though, is they are taking children out of the recreational leagues, which is where we come in. We will hold all recreational leagues for basketball, baseball, football, and more. But all of these children are getting taken away from us and put into the travel sports. And it's really hurting our programs. We used to have close to 30 basketball teams. Now we struggle to make 15. We used to have 20 football teams, and we struggle to make 8. And due to a lot of wear and tear, our facilities are falling apart, and we have lost a lot of money in recent years for those reasons and so much more. Being that we are in the Department of Recreation and Parks, one would think that we would get a lot of help, that they would see that and they would help us with funding to reboost our programs, but that just isn't the case. Now, according to many interviews I've conducted with staff members over the past 2 years alone, it includes directors, coordinators, and even people from higher up in the department. We are considered, Pan Pacific Park, a self-recovery center, meaning that we are seen as a bigger park than most and a more successful park than most, and that everything that we do must be done in our own pockets. That includes salaries, that includes uniforms, running programs, and so many other things. Whereas other parks that may not be in great neighborhoods and may not be as large get tons of help from the department. Now, that's very understandable because the more needy should be helped out. But that leaves us in a situation where we're completely forgotten and there's nowhere to go from here. We have to do everything we can by ourselves, and that's harder than it seems because we are losing a lot of money and a lot of customers. Now, there have been attempts in the past to fix these issues, such as fundraisers, sponsors, decreased program costs, and much more. I have a pie chart here that might be difficult to see. I will make it a little bit closer. Now, it lists the contributions made to fix the issue. Each issue is given the same amount of weight because I feel as though there was no special attempt for any of these and no special emphasis, and every contribution wasn't taken full advantage of. and no one was fully invested. Everything was kind of seemed to be the same in terms of weight, and nothing was done about it at all. I can remember a perfect example where the Los Angeles Dodgers donated us a baseball scoreboard, uniforms, and redid our entire field to make it brand new to help boost our baseball program. A year later, that program was diminished, and now our baseball fields are used by other programs for their tournaments and their teams, and we have no more baseball program, which has resulted in a huge loss of customers, and that's something that we cannot let happen if we want to succeed. Now, here I have a graph of things that I will do to help the program. I've listed 4 things here, each given a different weight. That would be a biannual fundraiser, sponsors, alumni donation program, and the garden project. Now, the biannual fundraiser is given the most weight because I feel as though it's the most realistic. It has been done before and can be done again. Now, we will hold it twice a year, so on a Sunday when most people are at the park, one in the summer and one in the winter. There will be food sold, games to play, a moon bounce, entertainment, contests, and many more. And we're hoping this will raise the popularity of the park as well as bringing in money biannually. Now we have sponsors. This includes so many people. In the past, we've had the Dodgers, Nike, the Clippers, and so many more. So we will be doing everything that we can to reach out to these people, to get them to donate, to let them know that it will not go unseen, and we will use it in every way possible to make our programs better and to put their name out there that they were the ones that helped us get to this position. Now, we can get uniforms, updated facilities, resources to use, and so much more. The Clippers have donated uniforms in the past, and I'm hoping that they will do so for us because that is a large expense for us. Now, the alumni project is very interesting because we have several people who've played at our park who have gone on to be extremely successful in sports, music, acting, and so many other fields. And I know that many of them would be happy to help because many of them I am still in touch with. Just a month or so ago, we had a famous NBA player donate $20,000 to our park. And that's a great start, but we must do something effective with that money rather than let it sit or use it on something that we won't even use in the future. We must do what we can with what we are given to make our organization and our programs thrive. Now, lastly, we have a garden project. This might be the most difficult to do, so it has the least amount of weight on the previous graph that I showed you. I would set aside a grass area in the park, since there are so many areas of the park, and we would grow and sell produce. There's a farmer's market 2 blocks away that sells several fruits, vegetables, plants, and so many other things. If we can find a way to grow these things and sell them across the street, that can just be more money for us. Lastly, is affecting our effectiveness, and we're going to do that in one simple way. We are going to look and see if we are gaining more money than we are spending on these 4 things, and if we are, that's a great start, but that's not our only goal. Our goal is not only to just bring in more funding. We want more customers as well, because more customers is what will keep the money flowing in and out and in and out. We cannot rely on these 4 problem solutions to keep us held down for the rest of our time being open. This must be a temporary solution to fix a problem that will no longer persist. So if we are able to get as many customers as possible while bringing in this funding that's exceeding the amount of money that we're spending to bring in the funding, then we did our job. And that's how we're going to measure our effectiveness. My references are here. There are several. And thank you so much for joining me today.